Let's talk about Dehancer. Last year, I started using DaVinci Resolve, and Dehancer has been one of the plugins I've had my eye on. It's easily one of the top choices for film emulation. I was actually planning to save up to get it. Luckily, Dehancer reached out and asked if I'd be interested in reviewing their product in exchange for a license. Of course, I said yes right away. I've been using it for a month now, and honestly, I'm loving it so far. Just a disclaimer though, I'm not a professional colorist, at least not yet. I aspire to be, but I know I still have a long way to go. Coming from an Adobe Premiere Pro background, switching to DaVinci Resolve wasn't exactly easy. But ever since I made the switch, it has become my go-to for intensive color grading. So let's jump into it and I'll share with you my thoughts about Dehancer. So first thing, what exactly is Dehancer? Simply put, it's a film emulation plugin that works inside your editing software, whether that's DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, or After Effects. It's a toolkit that lets you recreate literally everything about analog film, from the unique personality of specific film stocks to all those gorgeous imperfections like halation, bloom, and that authentic grain texture that just hits different. We're talking over 60 film profiles that mimic the look of various film stocks such as Kodak and Fujifilm. But here's the kicker. This isn't just some basic look pack or some simple one-click Instagram filter situation. It's an in-depth tool that aims to bridge the gap between digital precision and that beautiful organic analog warmth. It plugs right into your existing photo or video editing applications, and today we're focusing on its integration as an OFX plugin within DaVinci Resolve. Let me walk you through the interface real quick. When you drop Dehancer onto your clip, you get this modular workspace that's organized like this. Input conversion. Your Rec 709 conversion LUT. Film emulation. Over 60 profiles including classics like Kodak Vision 3, Fuji Eterna, Agfa Color, and a lot more. Develop and print controls for tweaking contrast, saturation, and highlight roll-off. Color head for dialing in shadows, midtones, and highlights. Plus all the fun stuff. Grain, halation, bloom, vignette, film damage, gate width, and more. Now I'm gonna be straight with you. There's definitely a learning curve here, especially if you're coming from Premiere or you're used to more straightforward workflows. Some of the terminology is pulled straight from the analog film world, and certain controls only activate when you've got other modules turned on. But once you wrap your head around how it's laid out, it actually makes total sense and feels really intuitive to navigate. Alright, let's start with the foundation, those film profiles. This is honestly where Dehancer absolutely crushes it. With over 60 options that are inspired by real analog film stocks, you're getting way more variety than just generic cinematic or vintage looks. Each profile has its own unique DNA, different contrast curves, saturation behavior, and tonal characteristics. Here's what's really cool though. These profiles don't act like static LUTs that just slap a look on top. They are dynamic and responsive, working with the natural shifts in your footage instead of crushing details or clipping highlights. I always scroll through the different profile options for each scene because every film stock reacts differently depending on your source footage. Now, let's dive into the effects that really make this plugin special. These are the features that I often use. Let's start with film grain. Dehancer doesn't treat grain as a gimmick. It treats it as a texture, mood, and emotion. It generates grain dynamically, responding to the unique luminance and color of each frame. Highlights shimmer, shadows breathe, and midtones carry that unmistakable filmic soul. It's not just added noise, it's a living part of the image. Next up is halation. This effect mimics the signature red-orange glow you see around high-contrast edges in real film. It's a powerful tool, but it demands a light touch. The default settings can easily go overboard and end up looking more distracting than cinematic. But when you fine-tune it just right, it's magic. Another feature is bloom. It softens your highlights to create that dreamy cinematic glow. Compared to halation, it's much more forgiving, and it often adds a gentle softness that complements a wide range of looks and styles. Dehancer also packs in some niche features like gate weave and film breath, which replicate the subtle quirks of real film projection, like slight frame movement and gentle shifts in exposure. They're fantastic for adding a vintage feel, but in cleaner, modern projects, they can feel a bit out of place. Think of them as final flourishes, not go-to tools for every edit. Dehancer is also available both as a web-based platform and a mobile app, giving users flexible options for film emulation and color grading. Dehancer Online runs directly in your browser. No need to install plugins or software. It's optimized for both desktop and mobile use, making it easy to access on virtually any device. On the go, the Dehancer mobile app, available for iPhone and iPad, brings a powerful pocket-sized darkroom to your fingertips. It includes core tools like film profiles, grain, halation, and bloom, allowing you to craft a rich filmic look on mobile. You can build and save your own presets or choose from a selection of handcrafted ones for quick vintage-style edits. Here's where we need to have an honest conversation about who should actually consider buying this thing. This isn't a beginner-friendly plugin. The sheer number of tools and the understanding required to use them properly can be overwhelming if you're just starting out. If you're new to color grading, you're honestly better off getting comfortable with simpler plugins or exploring DaVinci Resolve's built-in tools first. Where Dehancer really shines is in the hands of professional filmmakers and colorists working on narrative projects, music videos, or high-end commercials who want that polished filmic aesthetic, or intermediate creators looking to seriously level up their color grading and dive into the world of analog film emulation. And of course, film enthusiasts who are passionate about achieving an authentic film look and are willing to invest the time to learn the craft. But here's the bottom line. You still need to know your way around color. Dehancer streamlines the film emulation process compared to doing it all manually, but it doesn't magically do the work for you. You've got to bring a solid understanding of color grading fundamentals. And yes, some of the effects come on a little strong right out of the gate. It takes time, trial and error, and a careful eye to get things looking just right. For me, Dehancer is built for professionals. If your work demands an authentic analog look, it's worth every penny. At $299 for a yearly subscription, Dehancer isn't exactly cheap, but it's an investment. The depth and flexibility it brings can easily replace a shelf full of LUTs and plugins. It's designed for creators who want full control over their image and are willing to dive deep to get it right. If you are a casual creator, it might be more than you need, but for serious filmmakers, especially those chasing that elusive film aesthetic, Dehancer offers one of the most comprehensive toolsets available. If you're serious about storytelling through color, this is easily one of the best tools you can invest in. Feel free to use my promo code for a 10% discount if you'd like to give it a try.